Hi everyone, it is time to start our second row of florals. Well, we've got a little bird on this one as well, a butterfly on that one of course. I think every row has an animal in and the centre one has two. But we have a floral today. This is from Small Victories by Johanna Basford and we are using Polychromos pencils. Now this is quite an interesting floral. I've got to decide how to do this one because we've got these little heart shapes, sort of layers of bits and pieces here going on. What I think I might do is do this part all the way as a centre bit and then this bit as the petals, so this bit as the sort of centre. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we'll start with the centre. I'm going to do it in... I think I'm going to do some yellows. Why not? So this is green gold. It's obviously not quite yellow. It doesn't want to show up. There we go. Maybe you can see that. And I'm going to go around the edge here first of all. Nice intense layer. So I'm going over and over a few times so that we get quite a nice lot of colour down. And then we'll move on in a bit. So I hope everyone's good. I've already had a little walk this morning, quite short today. I just popped to the shop, to the supermarket to get a few groceries. Didn't see much wildlife along the canal though. I was watching a moorhen. I'm going to sneeze. Ooh. Yeah, I was watching a moorhen. And it was swimming along with great intention with something in its beak, which I assumed might have been some food for a baby. And I'm next going to use the dark Naples ochre. And I'm going to just continue the centre bit, keeping it a bit lighter in the middle. But it disappeared onto the edge of the canal into some undergrowth, so I couldn't see what it was doing, which was a shame. When I went out, there was someone standing by the canal throwing bread in. Not really encouraged to feed wildlife with bread, but anyway, this is Naples yellow. I think basically it's as bad for wildlife as it can be for us, depending on the bread, obviously, for us, but you know, it's not a natural part of their diet. I'm trying to fade towards the tip, but it's not really working. But it doesn't matter, we're going to get a white pen in here in a minute and it will change it quite a bit. There we go. So I'm going to go with the white early. Now there is a risk of smudging. You might be far better than me at negating that risk, but I'm going to put a line of dots around here and then around each of these little bits to sort of hide that black line a bit, and it will end up looking a bit more of a mishmash, but I think it just makes it a bit different. There we go. That's a bit different, isn't it? Now the colour of our actual flower. Well, I'm thinking I could go for quite a red because we haven't done red yet for a flower as well. We've got these sort of heart shapes. It seems to work. But what I'm going to do is do this as if this is a small petal on top of a big petal. That's how I feel I want to do it. You don't have to do it exactly like that, but I'm going to start with the alizarin crimson, and I'm going to actually do every petal with a light layer. Yeah, I did also see, yes, so this man was feeding and throwing bread into the water, and I didn't see anything really eating it. There are loads of fish, so I know the fish eat it, but I didn't see anything coming to the surface, but I was hurrying along. I wasn't stopping and staring. But when I came back, there were loads of gulls sitting on the water eating it. And they were all on the roof of a nearby house, which actually my friend lives there. So I don't think she would be very thankful having all those noisy girls sitting on the roof of her house. But anyway. Okay, so there's the light initial layer. Then I'm going to grab a darker colour. This is the dark red. Okay, I need to sharpen it. And what I'm going to do is make that underneath petal darker. So we're going to start right in here against that centre part and go around here and then fade it off towards the tip a little bit. And just do the same on every petal. Oh. And I did see 3 mallards, males. They're really pretty with their green heads, so catching the sun this morning. And they were all together and they all disappeared into behind some overhanging reed, I don't know what it was, plants on the side of the canal. And I thought, what's going on there? Are they having some sort of conflab meeting, or is there a poor female in there that they were after? I didn't know what was going on, but I haven't seen the ducklings last few days. I haven't seen a female though at all, so I'm not sure what was going on there. They may have moved to a different part of the canal, or they might just be hiding when I happen to be out. You know, I was out a bit, it's a bit later today, as I waited for my husband to go off to work first, and then he had a bit of a panic because the car, someone got into the car. I think he must have left it unlocked. It happens a lot around here. I think it does in a lot of places where opportunities to just try the door of the car, see if there's nothing. Alizarin crimson, in fact the 3rd time they've done it. But so make sure you keep this lighter so you can see it. But I'm also going to go over the edge of this one. So that one's really intense. This one's a little bit paler. Okay. Yes, so there was nothing, we don't keep anything worth stealing. I would have been quite happy if they'd stolen all the old receipts that were on the floor, you know, the old petrol receipts. But anyway, my husband asked me to report it to police, which I did do. Spoke to a lovely policewoman, and she was very apologetic, not that it was her fault obviously, and just took the details. I mean, there's not, we don't know who it was, we don't know exactly when it happened, all that sort of thing, but you know, it is what it is. And but I just sort of said to her, you know, maybe if it's worth putting a warning out to people to remind them to lock car. And I told a few of my neighbours, and they're all aware that it's happened before. A few of them have had it happen to them. You know, it feels like in the summer months when it's a bit lighter, later on in the evenings, and you know, they go round and just try and see what they can get. And I know one of my neighbours over the back had some brand new sort of valuable stuff taken, which was a shame. But fortunately, we didn't have anything of value. I think I want to put some white on that as well as the centre, just to give it a little bit of balance. But I'm going to do the leaves first. So I'm going to put my white pen at the top of the page to remind me. So what should we do leaf-wise? Well, to go with the red, I don't think olives work, and I don't think greeny blues work that well. Just about. So I'm going to go for more mid-green, normal green, grass green, permanent green type colours. I think I will actually do the leaf green to start with. Leaf green. Oh, my pen's just rolled away. So the bottom of here in a leaf green, it might look a bit samey to the one above, because I think I used a big mix of different greens in the one above. but this is all the same plant and the same style of leaf, so I'm going to colour them all in the same colours. There we go. Can hear a police car outside now. Yeah, it's just a bit of an annoyance really, but I told my neighbour, because he always has loads of stuff in his car, so sort of warned him to check, but he was just annoyed really. But you know, it is a bit annoying, but you wonder why someone does it. It must be quite desperate, I think. I don't think, well, anyway, who knows. I like to think that it's someone who's really struggling for some reason or another. Light green, they're not just doing it because they think it's funny, or, you know. But anyway, my neighbour did catch someone doing it once, chase them off, but none of us have got doorbell cameras or anything, so we don't have any evidence, you know, or any CCTV or anything, so there's nothing. He was thinking of doing it, I think, at one point, but yeah, I don't really want to do it. This is back to my white Posca. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I want to put some white dots here. Now, if you're using a brand that isn't Polychromos, actually red's usually okay. There are certain colours that sometimes bleed into white pen. Sometimes it's worth doing a little test to check. I feel like I want to do them on these as well. Yeah, you can, what I do is on my swatch chart I always put a white dot on every colour, just to, I'm going to put one there and there, just to check how it's how it sits. You know, I haven't done it with Polychromos because I know they're all fine, but with some of the other brands I just check. There we go, it looks quite sparkly, I think. Maybe it's just my imagination. So there we go, there is that one done. Thank you for watching today. Hopefully you'll tune in tomorrow. I've got a few ideas for tomorrow's, we'll see what happens, but hope you have a super day and happy colouring.